Alrighty. Hello, everyone. How we all doing? There we go. There, I appeared. How you guys doing today? Hope you're doing all right. Hello, DJ Clark. Hello, Enderman. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, sorry for being a few minutes late. I was still finishing up breakfast. You might hear some background sounds. That's just my husband cleaning the house. And hello, Emin. First time chat. Welcome in. Happy to have you. Yeah. So, yeah, as well as starting a little later today, I might end like just a few minutes early because I have some friends coming over. Hello, Terrarian. Welcome in. So we're just gonna get started right away. For those of you new here, hello, Dragon Tamer. Welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, for those new here who weren't here last time, we have, I think you can probably tell by the title what we're gonna do. But basically, let me explain the background. So, basically, what it is I've been trying to go find rabbits for the longest time, but I keep finding animal friends that are very distracting. So, the conundrum is I could just leave this dog here sat until until I come back with my rabbits, which I've been trying to find. But I kind of don't want to do that because I've already done that a couple of times with different cats throughout last stream whose coordinates I don't know off the top of my head. So I think instead what we're gonna do is maybe we're just gonna head home, and then I have a plan for getting the rabbits because a while ago we went through a Badlands biome and I just kind of went through without thinking. But it occurred to me that if I followed the edges of the Badlands biome, I'd probably come across a desert, which is, like what what your where the rabbits are. That's the words. I can words. I know how to words. Okay. So, basically what we're going to do for the first part of this stream is we're running home. And, yeah, just, if I remember my coordinates right, it's, far from here. Far from here is what it is. But we need to go this way, and I know that for sure. So, it's the FNAF 12th anniversary today? Really? I feel like it wasn't that long ago that it was the 10th anniversary. I did not realize that. That is kind of crazy and kind of fun. Yeah, I knew that it came out in August, but I thought it was like the 15th or something. That is super cool. And by the way to get animals home, just run. Just run. If they're teleporting animals like cats or dogs, just run, because if you try to go carefully, they're gonna fall into a lava pit or something. You just gotta go. You just gotta send it. Yeah, that is really cool. I did not know that. Second exciting thing happening this month, my birthday is on the 11th. I know that's not today, but I am excited for my birthday in a couple of days. So, yeah. Other stream. Already on my other account. That sucks. Sorry. Let me get over this hill and then I'll read that. Let me carefully get over this hill. Yeah, that's a better way. Good job, buddy. Okay. Thing. Alright, my other account is that it sucks so much to tell people on the internet you have and are sociopaths because they assume you're some edgy teenager just saying it to be cool. Yeah, I can see that. Because, like, as a former edgy teen myself, I didn't ever say anything like that, but nah, I was in the space, and yeah, I'm sorry that, yeah, a lot of mental health stuff online people just don't understand, and it really sucks. Scott Games Twitter released a teaser. It's just a pizza. Well, I mean, on brand, I suppose. Maybe not exactly what people were hoping for with the teaser, but you know, people are going mad about it. Oh, okay, okay. So they like the pizza. Gotcha. That's kind of fun though. Have the theorists gotten to it yet? Hello, Stirring Wolf. Welcome back. As you can see, we have another friend with us that we are taking home. Eventually, I'll stop and check my coordinates. Unless any of you remember the coordinates to my house, then put them in chat, and I'll be most grateful. But right now, we're headed in vaguely the right direction to get home. We're starved for FNAF content? You know, maybe a little. And I'm someone who I don't really like saying that, like, oh, creators have an obligation to, like, tell people how things are going. Like, I don't really subscribe to that, but at the same time, it has been quite a while. I will grant you that. It has been a bit since our last FNAF feeding, and I can understand why the people are hungry. Negative 48, 162, just making up numbers. All right, awesome, guys. We know exactly where we're headed now. Let's go. I believe it's like 240, something like that. Yeah. After a few minutes, I'll pause the game and go into my Google Doc where I actually wrote it down, which, by the way, if you're like me and you have ADHD and you just can't remember where your stuff is, you should probably write it down. Secret of the Mimic has been a year already. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Secret of the Mimic was older. Like, hearing you say it's a year old, like, that is kind of surprising to me. I thought it was a lot older than that. Negative 100, 200, I think. Got it. We're on our way, guys. We'll be home in no time. And, you know, after we drop our new friend home, we should probably go get our other friends that I left at various villages. Unless this is the village. Unless. This might be the village where we made a new cat friend, and if so, we'll just unsit that cat and get going. Yep. Okay. There you go, buddy. And I believe just over this hill, we have another cat to pick up, so let's get going. Pizzeria Sim, in my opinion, will always be the best FNAF game. Do you say that from a lore perspective, or sorry, kitty, sorry, I'm just going up the hill. Do you say that from a lore perspective, or like from a it's fun to play perspective? I don't think either perspective is more or less like valid. I'm just curious. Hello, armadillo. Goodbye, armadillo. Because, and like, I think I'm like a lot of the FNAF fan base where like the amount of FNAF games you've actually played is maybe not that many, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean you can't have opinions on them, you know? And from a lore perspective, Pizzeria Simulator is a very, very big game within the franchise, you know? I gotta be careful not to fall to my doom. Yeah, let's just go down the hill this way. That feels a little bit safer. Let's see. I'm also on vacation, tuning in from Spain right now. That is super, super cool, Stirring Wolf. Congrats on being on vacation in Spain. That is awesome. I would love to go abroad at some point, specifically to beautiful countries such as Spain. That's super cool. And I guess thanks for using some of your relaxation time to tune in. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Hello, Silent Smile. Welcome in. I believe this is the other village that we left a cat in, so yeah, by the way, I'm not even looking at my animals because I know if I do, some nonsense is gonna happen, so instead, we're just running. Do I have a cat here or no? Maybe I don't. Maybe they're up the hill. I should check. Ah, nope. There's Buddy here. There you are. Hello. You're coming with us too. It's a party now. Let's just get going. It's gonna be dark soon. Gotta keep that in mind. What I find fascinating about FNAF games, no one could agree with the best game. Like FNAF 2 is nostalgia based. VR feels cheap since it includes the main 3 games. Let's see. Nice Jack's video also. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Really appreciate it. That tree's on fire. Alright, let's go to this main open area so we can see threats approaching. And then we will sleep through this rainstorm. Perfect. Also, you notice the cats come and they lay on you when you sleep. It's very cute. Thank you for the chicken. I appreciate it. Alright, we came from this way. We're going this way because this is the Badlands that we came through the first time. Actually been to other countries. Most of them are close to Florida. Are we talking about FNAF? We can talk about whatever your heart so desires. And one of those things has been FNAF. Because I was told it's an anniversary today. So congratulations, FNAF, for continuing its existence here upon the earth. Going back a little bit to Terrarian, aka Ari. From a lore/history perspective, it's hype moments and aura of the FNAF game, and I love it for that. You know, that's totally fair. Because, like, you know, my memories of when it first came out are a bit hazy. But, you know, you could really feel the excitement with that one. It's a good one. Here we go. Don't worry, guys, we'll get home. I was afraid it was going to go a different direction by the title, but you were spot on. Let's see. Oh, no, I remember this. Okay. I crossed this to get to the Badlands. So if I go this way and then keep going to the left, we should get back. Didn't have to abstract for the plot, but all good points. I will say, I feel like from a story perspective, Jax did need to abstract to drive the point home. Yeah, that's totally fair. I think that's totally fair, Stirring Wolf. Like, that video, a lot of it came from, like, responses to my previous videos, where people were really, really insistent that, like, Jax's abstraction was, and, like, I've seen a couple comments on that video being like, the group that you're trying to, like, that you made this video for doesn't exist. No, it exists. They're in my comment section. And so it was really just a video of, like, I do think from a story perspective, it makes a lot of sense for Jax to abstract. Like, that was always the plan. But people seem to take it as, like, retribution, and that just makes me feel a bit icky. I don't like it, so I made a video talking about it. 12 years since the first today. Scott made it the 4 in a few months. You know, yeah, like, looking back on all the games, it really is crazy how fast they came out. You know? Because when you were, like, at the time when you were in it, it was just like, oh yeah, another one. But looking back at it now, it's like, that was kind of insane that he did that. Like, say whatever you want about, like, quality of games or whether or not you like FNAF. The fact that he made them so fast, is really an accomplishment. Yes, I am vaguely remembering that this was the direction we came from, so I'm gonna trust my sense of direction for once and just keep going. And eventually, we'll get to where we need to be. Just for comparison, Garten of Banban was made in the same amount of time as the first 4 games, same time frames. That's actually kind of fascinating. Because, yeah, that's really interesting. And there is something to be said about, like, FNAF occupied a very specific, like, it was very much like, the game itself was like a fun resource management challenge with really good atmosphere, but it wasn't anything like crazy, right? Like, if you look at actually like what it was, it wasn't anything too crazy. But people liked it anyway because it had those aspects to it. Whereas something like Garten of Banban, I think I'm safe in saying is not nearly as popular. And it just kind of makes you think about like the differences between things that were technically made in the same amount of time. Like, that's fascinating to me. I feel like at some point on my channel I'm gonna have to talk about Garten of Banban, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I just it just feels like a lot is all. It feels like it's gonna be a lot, and I don't know, like, I just opinions, we're not stopping for another dog. Opinions on that game are, I think, a little bit, not strange in the sense that they're full of weird, I don't know what I'm saying. It's like, people really hated them because they were kind of like the mascot horror formula distilled down, and it could have been like a great like parody or even critique of the genre, but it seemed like from the developer standpoint to be completely serious. Like, they took it completely seriously and were charging people a bunch of money for it. But now people seem to have flipped the other way, and they do assume that it's all some big joke and some big like commentary on mascot horror and that genre, you know? So I don't know what to think at this point. To be honest, if TADC was a survival horror series, it would be Resident Evil. I don't know enough about... Can you let me forward? Thank you. I don't know enough about survival horror to say yes or no on that, but I'll take your word for it. There we go. Thank you. I feel like teleporting animals used to get really stuck in water. Maybe that's just a thing that existed in Bedrock, but I remember on like my really, really old Minecraft world, it was a problem I had, where whenever I crossed a river, when I was trying to take animals home, I would have to like... Yeah, screw it, we'll eat... No, we can't eat raw fish, because I think in this mod it actually does make you sick, so maybe we'll stop and furnace some stuff. Give me a sec. What was I saying? Let's look while we cook. Let's see. Could you ask Maud to check my comment, please? Kind of funny. We're looking at it. Don't worry, Enderman. Yeah, we're still figuring out this whole streaming thing. Like, I love you guys, but we're still figuring it out. Also, look at this. Did you know that cats sit on your furnace because it's warm? Well, now you do, and your life's better. Alright. Mostly because the game has two trains of thought, the hero and the survivor. Oh, okay, I can see what you mean. Yeah. Alright. Have enough food to get home, and the next time we go somewhere, we really have to make sure we have enough food for it. Alright. Let's keep going, shall we? Once again, we sprint. We sprint to make sure that we get home. Again, I'm pretty sure this is the right way, but not like 100%. I do feel like every main cast member except for Jackson Kane is a bit of a goody two-shoes to the show's detriment. Like when Jax abstracts, the only consensus is that it should not have happened because nobody is the kind of person who would actually just not feel bad about it. Sorry, there was a hole there. That was scary. Anyway, continuing. Oh. Sorry, that hole really freaked me out. I need to find the thing I was reading again. Nobody is the kind of person who would actually just not feel bad about it. Now that I think about it, there isn't a single character in the main cast that is hateful in nature. Yeah, and like, I can understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't know how much it would have fit to have like a really antagonistic character, if that makes sense. Especially with, I think I recognize that. I think I know where we are. We will see in a minute if I'm right. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to have a character that's just mean. Like, Zubul can be a little bit abrasive and opinionated, but I don't think that's like the worst thing ever, you know? Which is to your point. But am I the only one who thought Jax's final line should be, "I am the funny one, you know that, right?" I don't know if that would have fit. Like, it would have been a callback. I don't know if it would have fit the moment that they were trying to make here. Also, it is getting dark rapidly, but I don't care. We're just gonna send it and run home. Because it's, like, right there. Also, I swear some of these holes weren't here before. Yeah, drink that potion, buddy. You're gonna need it. Don't shoot at me, please. I'm just going home, sir. Please. Okay, we're crossing the river. We're almost home, I think, as you guys saw. Let's not drown. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if Fred partied while we were away. Come on. Okay. Alright, everybody inside. Everybody inside. Let's go. Also, I would like to point out, last stream people told me that I didn't have this dog variant that I just got. Behold, the dog variant, which we already own. But you know what? It's fair. It's fine. It's fine. There you are. Okay. Come here, everybody. Into the house. You sit. And there's one more cat. Cats are ornery, so could be anywhere. Also, the best way to find cats, just sprint somewhere until they teleport to you. Except sometimes they don't, because they're cats. Actually, I have a thought. Will this work? Maybe. I was hoping the cat would approach and sit on the bed as I slept. Okay, a little bit worried about where that cat ended up, I'm not gonna lie. Little bit worried. No, I don't mean like hateful to everybody, I mean by nature hateful against those who perceive them as having wronged, which would not necessarily be everyone. That is fair, but at the same time I do feel like that's kind of Zubul. Like, Zubul is very aggressive towards those that they feel deserve it. So I don't know. Also, guys, I'm not sure the second cat made it with it. Don't look at me like that. I'm not sure the second cat made it with us. Well, I didn't hear any damage sounds, so I really don't know what's up. Okay. We're gonna go upstairs, put our things away, and then we'll figure out what to do. Alright. Dump that. Emeralds go in this one. Also, I think I have melons in the chest downstairs. I'm all over the place. Okay, put the treasure away first. There we go. And that seems to have filled it pretty much all the way. Eventually, I'm going to have to make that into a bigger chest, but for now... Saddle... Melons will be in this one, if they're anywhere. Or they'll probably be outside, actually. Yeah, let's just go like that. Put that in... I'm gonna toss these eggs out here, don't mind me. Yeah, let's see, we just got a bunch of bowls, got copper. I think I have some place that I dump copper. It's a chest over here. Also, in case anyone's new, here's all our dogs so far. This is Scratch, Pocket, Starla, Dinnerbone, which it was supposed to do something, but I think I spelled it wrong, and Cthulhu. I fell in the water, that's okay. I was thinking of naming this guy Bernard, because I think that's cute, and this is Atticus, sitting on his moss patch. Eventually I'll name you too, but for now, we need to... Yeah, I'm gonna be real, guys. I don't know what happened to that other cat. But, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna prep to leave the house again. And if we see them on the way back, great. And if we don't, let's just say that they didn't feel like being a pet anymore. Let's just say that. Cthulhu, the Devourer of Souls. Let this guy devour your soul. No, look at him. He's just a little guy. Best friends with the creatures of the deep, but that's unrelated. Alright. We got a bunch of bowls. What can we make? Comfort. We got nourishment. Okay, vegetable noodles. Does this give nourishment? It does. Okay. How much pasta do we have? Only 7. Need more noodles than that. Maybe we'll make soup. Zulu is not hateful by nature. When I say hateful by nature against those who wrong them, I mean they would totally be like good riddance when someone like Jax abstracts, but wouldn't wish that upon someone who they have no quarrel with, like Gangle. Again, I feel unsure if the show needed that, you know? Like, obviously, like, you can think that it's fine either way, but I don't know if that's exactly what the show needed with the message it was trying to send. Also, where's the chicken soup? No, I know there's the chicken soup. Okay. I don't want a chicken soup, actually. That's the wrong one. You go in there. Did you know there is a Plants vs. Zombie Minecraft mod? Would not surprise me. Yeah. Did you guys play Plants vs. Zombies growing up? I feel like it was kind of like... It was really, really popular, but somehow I just kind of missed it. Did I put the copper in here? No. Not in there either. Where did I put the copper? I swear I had copper in a chest somewhere. By the way, this is Fred. Everyone say hi to our roommate Fred. He keeps the house while we're away. Boom. There's the copper. Okay. Goodness. Go in there. You know what? We'll keep the brush. And we'll keep the bones on us in case we run into any other variations. But now we need to make ourselves a bunch of food so that we don't starve when we go out and get the thing that we've been trying to get for like 3 streams. You'd be surprised, first game I ever played. Yeah, that's pretty cool. First game I ever played was the pinball game that came pre-installed on my dad's ancient laptop. That is the first game I ever played. And you know what? It was kind of a banger. It was pretty fun. You know what? We're here. We might as well. Alright. Go like that. I'm gonna chop up a bunch of noodles, and then we're gonna take a bunch of soup with us on the road. There we go. And let me see if I remember how to do this. There we go. Noodle time. By the way, if you guys don't know what this mod is, it's called Farmer's Delight, and it allows you to make a whole bunch of foods that are not in base Minecraft, and I think that is super fun. Do I need this many noodles? Probably not. But I like noodles, so we're just gonna do it. OMG, same? Real? Pinball or Minesweeper? Yeah. I didn't really understand Minesweeper, but that was also on the computer. Like, I just really didn't understand what it was about, so pinball it was, you know? And let's be real, pinball machines are so fun. Like, pinball machines, so fun. Like, I know they're relatively simple in concept, but it's just so fun. And you can really get into it, you know? And one more. Now we have approximately 10 quadspillion noodles. Alright, now let's make ourselves some soup, shall we? I only have the gun mod installed on Minecraft. I have not seen many gun mods, but I think they definitely changed the vibe of the game, that's for sure. Let's see. Vegetable noodles. That's nourishment for 5 minutes. That's pretty good. Okay, vegetables. Okay, we need cabbage. And okay, mushroom, carrot, cabbage, and one other thing. We'll probably use onions because I have approximately 10 quadspillion onions that I need to take care of. Okay. Cabbage, carrot, and mushroom. Also in this mod, you can shear mushrooms to get a ton of mushrooms. Play any Flash games as a kid? Oh yeah. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys remember Miniclip? I played so many games on Miniclip, and it makes me so sad that it's just like not a thing anymore, you know? Yeah. Like, it makes me sad that Flash games aren't what they... I was gonna say aren't what they used to be, but it's really just that they're not around anymore, unfortunately. Because, like, I had a lot of fun. But also, the good news is, some of the ones that I played, like, as a child, have been turned into, like, actual real games. Like, on Steam. Like, Fancy Pants Man? That one? That was when I played a lot. It's still in early access, so it's not all the way out yet. But I loved that game. It was so fun to me. I played it, like, a lot. And there was another one that was on Miniclip, Dino Run. That one's also coming out on Steam. And they've added a bunch of stuff. Like, they've added multiplayer. They've added different cosmetics that you can use. Like, it is super, super fun. Like, I'm pretty sure that one's also in early access, because, you know, it probably takes a while to transfer everything from being a Flash game into being any sort of other game. But I'm really, really excited for when those games eventually come out. Like, come out in a way that's not connected to Flash. Because I am sad that so many games lost support. Like, there's one called, what was it called? I think it was just called Worm? Like Worm Eater or something? You play as this giant monster worm, and your job is to, like, eat all the people on the surface. And then on later levels, you could like leap into the air and there'd be these giant birds and you could eat those too. Like, I don't know. I just always thought it was super fun. And obviously, like, you know, the people getting eaten probably didn't think it was fun, but I thought it was fun. Newgrounds for me, that was my childhood. Yeah. And it is really cool that Henry Stickmin made the jump from being on Newgrounds to also being an actual, like, collection you can get on Steam. Like, I'm really happy that that one didn't get totally lost to history, you know? Because, like, that one was huge. YouTubers played that one. Like, that was a very big one. And the onions. Alright. We have 13 bowls of vegetable noodles and a single cooked salmon. I think we're ready to go. Lol, isn't that a mobile game? It had a mobile port, but I'm pretty sure it just started on Newgrounds. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it has a mobile port, but that was not how it was conceived, I believe. Unlike Balatro. Yeah, if Balatro was actually conceived as a... By the way, I didn't do that for any particular reason. The chat just opens sometimes when I go to bed, I'm not sure why. But yeah, pretty sure Balatro was conceived as a mobile game, and if I'm wrong, feel free to tell me all about it. Okay, so I think I went over the plan already, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back the way we came, because in case you guys didn't know, I've been trying to get raw rabbit for like 3 streams, like rabbit meat, because I'm trying to fill out my recipe book, and I just haven't found any rabbits, and I've kept getting distracted. I'm still gonna take the bones in case we come across other variations of dogs, because I think dogs are really cute, but we're gonna go in the direction that we just came from, and then, when we get to that really big Badlands, I'm gonna find the edge of it and go along the edge, and hopefully there's gonna be a desert which will have a bit of a better chance of having rabbits, and if that doesn't work, we'll just go from there. Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay. And I'm not gonna bring anything else, because goodness knows I'll get even more distracted. Here we go. Let's go. Actually, yeah, I have a boat. Okay, sweet. And yeah. Do you guys have any, like, mobile games from your childhood that you remember a lot? I got really into this one game when I was in, like, junior high and high school called Smash Hit. And it's one where you're constantly moving forward and you have to break pieces of glass with marbles you're throwing. And honestly, it was really fun. To be honest, I think I liked it a lot because of the sound design. Like, I just really liked it. Okay, this guy probably doesn't have anything worthwhile, but let's just check. Nothing I want. Good day to you, sir. There we go. Bejeweled for me. You know, Bejeweled is... Oh my gosh, there you are. Where'd you come from? Okay, home is just across the river. Follow me, please. We found the cat. I wasn't expecting to find our buddy. Please follow me. Don't disappear again. Hooray, the cat's not dead, guys. Let's go. Yeah, I guess probably they just got, like, stuck on something and couldn't teleport. But you know what? We're taking them home now. And they get to spend the night inside because I said so. Because they scared me. Yeah, I got really into Bejeweled. My brother got into Bejeweled. Let's see. Because I know we talked about Plants vs. Zombies earlier, and obviously that one is just huge. Like, hugely popular, that one. But what else have we got? Please enter my domicile, cat. Oh, you want to be next to Atticus? You can be next to Atticus, okay? Okay, now we go on a quest. Okay, cat mystery solved. We're going on a quest. And let's see. One that I still have, like, I have a couple of mobile games on my phone, but not that many. One I have is, the one that got, like, really... Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like this one got popular for, like, 4 months, then everyone forgot about it. 2048. It's the one where you combine the numbers to try and get, like, the highest number possible. That one I still have, and I still play mindlessly sometimes. Bad Piggies, maybe? I have not heard of that one. But that definitely sounds like a mobile game. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, there was a time when I got really into, oh, wait. Okay. There's this mobile game that I cannot find for the life of me. Angry Birds, yeah, that's a huge one, DJ Clark. I had that one for a while, too. But there's a mobile game that, like, I cannot find anywhere. Because all that comes up is, like, dumb stuff that's not related. So, basically, in most... It was like a Crash dummy game where you had like a Crash dummy going through various things. Except nowadays, most Crash dummy things, it's like, oh, get the thing to get the dummy to the end without damaging it, right? Like that's the point. This one, that was not the point. The point of this game was to break as many of this poor dummy's bones as possible. Like, you throw him off the hill, and it just goes crunch, 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 and you get extra points for how many different types of fractures you could get. I know it sounds super morbid, but it was really fun. And again, I think I liked it a lot because of the sound design. It was, like, really satisfying. But I can't find this game because, like, whenever you look up stuff like that nowadays, it's always like, oh, heal people's injuries. Or, like, oh, let's get the dummy to safety. And it's like, no, I don't want to get the dummy to safety. I want to break all of his bones. In this specific one, Mad Dummy, Angry Boss, maybe. Those don't sound super familiar. Because the thing about this one was, the dummy was basically just like default, you know those wooden models that you sometimes use for drawing? Like, it was like that. And one of the, like, let me think. One of the courses you could use was a ski jump, and you just jump, and then the animation, like, wasn't perfect, so it was like, you launch him from the ski jump, crashes to the ground, and it's like, and, like, by the time he comes to rest, all his limbs are clipping into each other. Like, it didn't look gruesome. Because the model itself wasn't, like, detailed. It just looked kind of like a mannequin type thing. But, man, like, I had a lot of fun with that one. And again, like, maybe I just like sound design. Because the way that they made it sound, it was, like, kind of gnarly, but it wasn't gross, you know what I mean? Like, the point wasn't, ooh, look how gross it is that this guy's breaking all his bones. It's like, congratulations, you got 3 hairline fractures, 10 extra points. it was like that. Like, no one spoke to you like that, but like every time you broke a bone, there'd be like a little pop-up about it. I'm gonna have to look up those names you dropped, Silent Smile, because I don't know, maybe it's one of those, but I'm kind of worried that it's one of those games that's been lost to time, because that just kind of happens sometimes, you know? Sometimes a game you played as a kid just, like, isn't around anymore, which is part of why I'm so excited for Dino Run and, oh, what's it called? You don't have any fish, you can't tame it. You can continue onward. Also, eat some food. Eat some food, girl. Right, okay. Passing through. As I was saying, that's why I'm so excited for stuff like Fancy Pants and Dino Run, because those were games that I played as a kid that I kind of just thought were gone forever, you know? Like, gone when Flash stopped being supported. But then I find that they're still around, and I'm still gonna, like, be able to play them, even now that I'm older, and there's something really nice about that, you know? Okay, we have found the Badlands. I already have your make and model. I don't need it. Yeah, we're gonna... Alright, we've made it to the Badlands, and now I told you guys the plan. We're following along the edge until hopefully we'll find some rabbits, aka find a desert. And I think that's a pretty good plan. Here we go. Yeah, by the way, I play Minecraft for these streams because I think it's a pretty easy game to play while I'm paying attention to other things. But if you guys have games that you want me to play, like try out on stream, like feel free to drop suggestions. Because, like I said, still figuring this whole thing out. But if you have suggestions, preferably I'd want something that's not too crazy so I can still interact with chat. But who knows? Maybe it'll be fun to have a game that's just completely insane. But yeah, if you guys ever have any suggestions, feel free to drop them. It's worse when the game is available but only runs on older devices. Yeah, that's a special kind of pain. Special kind of pain, that's for sure. This isn't like the edge necessarily, but we'll get there. And also, in case it wasn't clear, I'm only picking up more dogs if we don't have that type of dog already, alright? We have 7 dogs at home. I'm only getting more if we don't have that exact type yet. Okay, here's a savanna over here. That's somewhat promising. Also, we need to go to bed, I think, before things start spawning. Yeah, see, I go to sleep, and my chat opens. I'm probably just pressing something without realizing it, but yeah. Alright. Vegetable noodles. Yeah, see, look how beautiful and golden my hotbar becomes. Alright. We're climbing over this to get back to the edge of the Badlands. And once again, hoping to get rabbits. To be clear, I don't need the rabbits alive. I just need the meat so that I can cook it. Because I really, really want to complete my recipe book. And there's like 2 recipes left. And one of them is rabbit stew. And I just don't have the meat for that. Chat, is monsters nearby? Oh, interesting. But if there's monsters nearby, can't you, like, not... Hang on. No. I already have these ones? Yes. These ones we already have. We will leave them be. Because, hey, something has to keep the sheep population down out here, right? Or else it'll be like Yellowstone and just everything is completely ravaged because there's way too many herbivores. Don't chuff at me, you know I'm right. Ugh. You know, sometimes my computer will do that, where it'll just be slightly delayed on me going forward, and it makes me go forward in a way that just causes me to take damage. Alright, let's cross this river, and then we will get back to the edge of the Badlands. Just wanted to say, TDC is a show I relate to so much, because my brother was essentially Jax, and after we lost him, I went through the same emotions both Gangle and Jax did when Jax and Ribbit abstracted respectively. May not be objectively perfect, but it is now my #1 show of all time, because it made me feel heard like no other show has. I'm glad that you were able to have a show like that, Eamon. Emin, sorry. Yeah, I'm really glad that you're able to have a show like that. Because I think for everyone, there's going to be a show that really just touches you in a way that no other show can. Like, it just sees you. And I'm really glad that you were able to have that with Amazing Digital Circus. It's like I said at the end of the video. Like, for me personally, I don't know if it's the best show ever, but I think it's, like, it's going to be someone's favorite show. And I'm glad that it can be yours. That makes me really happy. Yeah, I'm really glad that you can have something that you relate to so much. Da, da, da. Now, see, the savanna biome, like, it's good that it's here. Because, by the way, the reason that I decided to take this approach with this is because I watched that, the new video, Search for the Leviathan, and at one point, he was like, oh yeah, like there's a temperature gradient, so it would mean this and this with the oceans. And internally I was like, wait a minute, that could be a great way to find a desert off the side of a badlands. So that's why we're doing this now. We're trying different techniques because I considered that, hey, maybe just running in one direction forever isn't the most productive way I could be doing this. But yeah. To be honest, episode 4 of TDC made me relate to Gingle a whole lot, except for the mask part. I'm a little confused about what you mean, DJ Clark, because I feel like the whole thing is about the mask, so, like, sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but can you elaborate a little bit on that? Ooh, a new type of, what is this? Hang on. A new type of terracotta, just for us. It's so beautiful. Let's see. And hey, maybe we'll find other treasures here, too. There we go. Da, 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 da. All right. I'll be honest, probably we're still going to be out here a while looking for rabbits. But who knows? Along the way, we're probably going to make like 10 billion more friends. And that's what it's all about, right? Yeah, I don't know why. I just have this urge to collect all the coal that I can see. I don't know why. Because at a certain point, you really don't need more of it. But I don't know. Something about it is alluring to me. I just like to have it. Honestly, it's a lot. A lot of things are like that for me in Minecraft. It's like I just want to have it, you know? What the? Hang on. Is this calcite? It is calcite. Does that mean there's an amethyst shard in here? Or does calcite just, like, form now? Hang on. This is weird, yeah? Or does calcite just form now? Because this is like a... Didn't it used to only form around amethyst blocks? Like amethyst thingamawhatsits? Am I crazy? Like... Let's see. But I'm not seeing anything. So what gives? That is weird. Okay, I guess... Yeah, because, like, usually you'd get to the blackstone, right? Yeah. I used to work at a convenience store where I encountered a bunch of problems with my coworkers and such. Oh, that makes sense. It was so bad I absolutely hated the things that happened. Yeah, man. That really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're not at that job anymore and don't have to deal with anything like that. But yeah, I think the customer service workers felt very seen by that episode for a lot of different reasons. Ow. Yeah, I guess calcite just forms now. Like, I really thought it was, like, only an indicator of, what's it called? Of an amethyst, like, chunk, but I guess not. Hang on one sec. I've been conditioned by Phil's of Minecraft to check the gravel, see if diamonds are on the edge. I didn't pay attention. Why are we mining marble? We're mining calcite, and we're mining it because I'm very confused about why it's here. Because I was under the impression that calcite only spawns around amethyst things, but apparently, I guess it just can spawn whenever it wants. Ooh, a flint, yay. Like, I really thought that it was a thing where it only spawned there, but I guess it can just spawn anywhere now. Calcite generates on mountains normally? Okay. That changed? Gotcha. Yeah, so the reason I was digging around like a crazy person is because I wanted to see if there was some goodies here, but it would appear there is no goodies for me. None whatsoever. I need to... Okay, they are in my offhand. Cool. You know what? I'm done with this. We said we had a mission. We had a plan. I got distracted, per usual. We have solved the mystery thanks to Silent Smile. We're moving on. Trying to find rabbits again. Specifically, I'm looking for a desert, so I'm following along the edge of this Badlands to try and find it. And I have no idea if this is a good tactic or not, but hey, might as well try. Amethyst spawns around smooth basalt, I think. You know, I think you might be right. You might just be right about that. I'm glad I didn't fall to my doom there. I feel like I enjoyed the Caves and Cliffs update. Like, I enjoy it in concept. But, like, there's like a lot of holes now that you can just fall in, and it's like 700 blocks down, and it's terrifying. Like, I can't run and be full of whimsy anymore because I might fall into a hole and die. And I don't know. Maybe I just need to pay more attention to where I'm going. Almost certainly that's true, actually. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of holes in the world now. Oh, come on. It's sunset. Let me go to bed. Thank you. Now, one of these times, I'm just gonna, like, secretly add a horror mod to this and not tell you guys. And then we're both gonna be terrified. Because honestly, I would do it as like a prank on you guys, but I'd probably be the most scared out of anyone. Da, 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 da. Yeah, by the way, if you guys see any rabbit spawning biomes out of the corner of your eye, let me know. Because it is something I am actively interested in. Here we go. Thought that was bigger and I could squeeze through. That was not the case. Da, 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 da. Okay. So we're in forest. There's savanna over there. But here we found the edge of the Badlands again, and I'm pretty sure it extends pretty far in both directions, so hopefully we'll be able to find something. If not, then it's like, darn. Guess we'll have to figure something else out, you know? No, I'm not going in there. I don't feel like it, actually. Are there any, like, holidays in August I was just thinking about? Because, like, August is important to me because my birthday's in it. But thinking about it, there's not any major holidays, right? I've seen people being like, oh yeah, perfect, we're getting ready for Halloween, which I think is kind of crazy. I didn't realize we were doing it that early nowadays, but, you know, like, obviously I'm not going to mind that much. But, and that was my first job, by the way. Ooh, I am so sorry. DJ Clark, I am sorry that was your first experience with employment. Like, my first job wasn't anything super special, but it wasn't, like, bad like that. Actually, well, I mean, there was one incident, but that wasn't our fault. That was because of the restaurant next door, okay? They had a very strange manager, and that was not, we were not to blame for that. Yeah. Early happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, so like the month of August, I'm like, yay! Birthday, yay! But I don't think there's any holidays as far as I'm aware. Yeah, and you guys feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about that, but no, I'm pretty sure it's accurate to say that none. The open ocean. The open ocean. Let me tell you guys, something about the ocean just beckons me. I love sailing around and finding random treasures. I love it. And it's calling to me right now. Yeah, thank you, Emin, for happy early birthday, and welcome in! Welcome in, first-time chatter, straight men yowie. Appreciate you being here in stream. Hi, this is my first time popping into one of your streams. Love your... No, this is safe. I'll just hop into the water. Yep. Love your TADC character analysis videos, and happy early birthday. Thank you! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the videos. Yeah, after this, this one, next I'm going to be uploading a compilation of all of them together, because if people are anything like me, okay, the only reason I keep flint is because of these and arrows, so I'm just gonna... Efficiency 5. Okay, also something you'll learn about me is I am incapable of not picking up loot. Like, I'm sorry. Most people would look at that and they're like, that's kind of bad. Wrong. There's stuff in the chest, so it's good. Also, I think we're maybe just going in a circle, so I think maybe I'm gonna give in to my wanderlust and just go on this open ocean. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. It's okay, besides it's not one of the worst... It's not the only worst thing I encountered. Oh boy. Well, I hope employment occasionally treats you better, DJ Clark. Yeah, I had a job at Denny's for like 2 weeks. And to be honest, everyone was really nice. Like, it wasn't too bad. Like, objectively. But I just hated it. I had a bad time at that job. And you know what? Like, I had a bad time at that job. And that is sad that I had a bad time at that job. But on the bright side... It showed me that I did not want to do a normal office / food service job. And it inspired me to really start going hard at YouTube. So, in the end, it was probably a good thing. Yeah. And like I just mentioned, when I say that it was, like, the thing that made me start doing videos, like, I'm not kidding. Like, within the week that I had quit, I had produced a video, and I haven't stopped since. Like, sometimes you just need to have a job where you go, I don't want this to be the life I lead. It really made me go, man... It's either I get into gear and start doing things, or I have to work a job like this. And I knew that I did not want to work a job like that. So, there you go. Does YouTube actually pay good? It depends on... It depends on a couple of factors. Both how many views the video gets, obviously, but it's also variable based on how much advertisers are paying you per 1,000, which, like I just said, can be very variable. Doop, doop. Sometimes it pays pretty well, and like based on the payment I'm getting now, I'm not like a super big YouTuber by YouTube standards, But based on the rate I'm getting paid now, in the future when my videos are bigger, it would pay very well. Right now it's mostly just something to help with rent type thing. And my husband, he has his own job that's paying for a lot of the expenses. Because here's the thing, starting a YouTube channel is kind of like starting a business, where the first, like, 5 years, and, like, this really sucks to say, but the first, like, 5 years probably aren't going to be that good. And that's just the nature of starting something from scratch, right? Like, it's not going to be good right away. But a lot of people, what they try to do is they quit their day job completely and try and do YouTube. And sometimes that can work. Sometimes that can work if they've already got, like, a setup and they have, like, a decent sized audience. They can make that work. But a lot of the time, unfortunately, what that means instead is you're going to get really caught up on how a video is performing, because not only is it your like your hobby, the thing you're trying, your dream, the thing you're trying to do just because you love it, but it also then becomes your livelihood, and there's a lot more pressure for things to do well. And I think that really, really gets to a lot of people. So I'm in a position where I'm married and my spouse is supporting me and supporting my ambitions. And so because of that, I am able to dedicate a lot more time to YouTube than I would be if I was working. And so a lot of the advice I give is tempered with the fact that I have some help. Like, obviously, I still do the work, right? But I don't have to worry. Like, if a video doesn't do as well as I was hoping, it's not like I'm not going to make rent, right? So I guess, to answer your question, YouTube can pay well. It can pay extremely well, but it requires some work in building up an audience who will come and see your videos and building us like a schedule and trying to learn how YouTube works. And a lot of the time that just takes a while. And so if you're wanting to make YouTube a career, you should, in my opinion, try and have a fallback that you're doing as your main, and you're doing YouTube as a side thing. That's going to make it take a lot longer to grow. But if you just go in whole hog, it could go well, but there's also the chance it could not go well. So YouTube can pay very well, but it takes some setup, you know? It takes some setup to make sure that it can be the best that it can be. And for a lot of people, that's not the avenue. Like, it's not an easy avenue to take. So yeah, I know I went on a whole side thing there, but it's just important to remember that if you're trying to start YouTube, the first, like, 5 years, it's probably going to be a little bit rough. And if you're okay with that, then great. That's awesome. Perfect. But if you're hoping to really take off right away, that might be a little bit harder. My anxiety is so severe that public employment, especially ones required to be speech from one person to another, is out of the question. I honestly feel embarrassed about never having a job. Don't feel embarrassed. Like, unfortunately, it's a case where a lot of the quote-unquote first-time jobs require a lot of interaction with people, and sometimes that's just not in the cards for someone. And it's unfortunate because that you wish that you could have, like, the quote-unquote easy job that everyone's like, oh, it's for, like, first job. But sometimes that's not in the cards for you, and it doesn't make you less of a good person because of that. Don't base your worth on what type of job you're able to get in the eyes of society, because I'm sure you're doing your best. And that's all anyone can ask of you. And if they're giving you trouble for it, just don't listen to them. It's not... You are worth more than their words. I will be starting college this month, though. Oh, nice. That is super fun. Yes. Also, not to brag, but I'm a YouTuber who graduated from college. Yeah, if I could recommend unsolicited advice from niche internet micro-celebrity, if you start college, try and make sure you finish college. Because nowadays, like, depending on what you want to do, obviously, but nowadays, employers do like it when you have a college degree. Doesn't necessarily matter what college degree, but yeah, and even in terms of not employment, in terms of just like, what's it called? The word is escaping me. Oh yeah. When you decide to go to college, it's better to finish it all at once, because you can go back years later, but it's probably going to take a while and requirements might have changed, so I think it's better to finish it all in one. What did you major in? I was an art major. I have a degree in illustration, which means I am qualified to say that I know what color theory is. Honestly. And it also means that I took a lot of art history classes. Unfortunately, don't remember a ton of that. Ooh. More iron. Let's go. Alright, and coastal armor trim. Shove that in there. You can have these eggs. How about that? You can have these eggs. You can have this terracotta. And you can have these 5 pieces of coal. Thank you very much. Ooh, I'd love to go to college. Yeah. To be clear, I didn't go to an art-specific college, so I can't really tell you what it's like to go to a college that's specifically for art, because I think that's probably a little bit different. But I did enjoy it quite a bit. And honestly, a lot of the stuff I learned, because like nowadays, with the internet and stuff, you can kind of learn a lot about art just from YouTube and stuff like that. But a lot of the really useful stuff that I learned from college was like from my professors, where it's kind of like, oh, this is how much you should price your work. This is how to manage your time. This is how to, like, they were skills you wouldn't generally think of. Also, this has become an ocean exploration stream, and I hope you guys like it, because I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, I did enjoy. Have I been here already? Maybe I have. This looks like something I would do to tell my past self that I've already been here, but we'll double check just in case. Let me down, please. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I've already been here. Surprised I didn't pick up the feathers. I usually pick up stuff like that. Well, that's okay. Let's keep going this way in the pursuit of possible rabbits. I'm curious about the pricing lessons now. A book that is really good, that basically tells you a lot about that, is, what's it called? Let me think. I might send someone to go look at it, because it's a book I own. It's basically a bunch of professionals in the industry got together and put together, like a guide for how to price your work. And like, obviously, your work is your work, right? And you do what you can. But it talks about like taxes. It has a bunch of different forms in it. My husband went to go try and find the name of the book because it's a really good book. But if I remember the name of it, I will tell you, and it's making me mad that it's escaping me right now. Really? Aw, man. Only a little bit of beach, huh? Well, it is what it is. But yeah, when it comes to pricing, it's very variable because it depends on what you're doing. It depends on who you're doing it for. I have books on how to draw anime characters. Those are a good start. And I think they definitely tell you a lot. Yeah, something important to remember is... excuse me, I was stretching. Yeah, something important to remember is anime proportions are not necessarily the proportions of everyone. So if you're fine just drawing anime characters, like, more power to you. Awesome. But if you're trying to draw something a little more realistic, then you should probably look up some reference material from other places. But I'm sure you already knew that. I want an illustrative degree, though, and I will be trying to learn digital art there, but I'm going to mainly be advancing my language studies. That is really cool, Emin. That is a very cool goal, and I think it will serve you well. Do I want to try and look at this? Because if you don't know, this is a structure that I think is surrounded by drowned. And you know what? No, I'm not going to mess with that because some of them have tridents and I do not want that right now. Also, in case you haven't noticed, we're completely turned around. No idea where we're headed. Also, a great opportunity, guys. Make sure that you're drinking some water. It's very good for you, and I think it can help. No idea where we're headed, but that's the fun part. Exactly. Did I turn completely around? I think I might have. Oh, yeah. Also, the book I was talking about is, Handbook, Pricing, and Ethical Guidelines. 16th edition is the one that I own. But yeah, it's a bunch of industry professionals got together and talk about... and, like, basically lay out, this is the price you should expect for this exact job. And it's a really, really useful book. Very, very good. Also, pretty sure we've been here before. Pretty sure I know exactly where we are. So I'm just going to turn around and go that way. Ta-da! But yeah, gonna drink some water now. Yay. All right. Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Bear. I just quickly wanted to step in and say one quick thing. When it comes to college, go for the cheapest option. Your associates, your bachelors, it does not matter where it comes from. If you're going for something like a master's degree or a PhD, worry about that college when you go to those graduate programs. And even then, nowadays, no one really cares where your master's comes from unless you're like a scientist or a doctor or like a lawyer. In all honesty, you don't really need the best of the best. And the best of the best charges way, way, way too much.
Oh, sorry. Got briefly possessed by my husband, who wants to give you financial advice, and it's very good advice. You should listen to it. Thank you, Bear, says Emin.
You're welcome, Emma.
Yeah. Yes. There's your advice from someone who knows financials, which is something I was going to bring up, actually. I was about to say, the thing about artists is we're a creative bunch. We love being creative. We love doing things. How many of us know how to manage money? I'm going to wager not many. So it's important that, like, if there's some sort of financial literacy, like, class, or you have someone who knows money, it might be worth talking to them. I'm not saying that, like, everyone in here is an artist or everyone here, like, doesn't know how to manage money, but it's just good to know your way around a little bit. Best words of encouragement. I agree. My husband is wise in the ways of many things, including college and managing your money.
I would go so far as to say everyone should learn how to manage money and finances because you will have to touch money living in this world.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna get off here just for a sec to sleep through the night. Okay, those are horses. Those are not the demons of the night. Which, like, I probably should have been sorry. Probably should have been keeping track. There we go, I can talk. Of where I was. But I didn't, so now here we are. But yeah. Oh, whoop. Buddy, you're gonna die. Don't do that. You're gonna die, buddy. The sun, it's burning you. You're gonna die. What a shame. Ow. My boat didn't even break. That's crazy. Anyway. You know, I'm probably never going to come back here, so I'm just not going to worry about that. And actually, either I've completely turned around, and this is where we were before, or that's a place where rabbits could potentially spawn. See, this is why you go to bed early. All the monsters start to spawn, and so many of them just don't despawn during the day, and it's terrible. Alright. I just like to say you're one of those channels that have helped me a lot in my writing, so thank you for helping me with creative pursuits. You are so welcome. And I'm glad I can help you with that. I'd probably try applying to some foreign colleges. If that's what you want to do and you think they can provide you good opportunities, nothing wrong with applying, I don't think. But yeah, it is worth considering, like, the money of it, just because at some point you'll stop going to college and living gets a little bit more expensive when you're not in college. And I don't mean in general, although that's also true. I mean more in, like, literally living gets more expensive because rent gets a lot more expensive when you're not a student anymore. So just keep that in mind when you're making plans. Okay, I was hoping this would look at the turtles, so adorable. I was hoping that this would turn into, like, see, okay. So maybe there are rabbits here because we have those bushes, but I don't know. I was told that maybe they could spawn here, but I'm really not sure. We found some turtles, though, and a treasure chip, potentially, so let's go check that out. Bink, bink. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Yeah, I know when I went to college, I'm from America, and I wanted to get out of my home state. I wanted to explore somewhere new. So I still tried to be smart about my finances, but I chose a college that was not from my home state. Okay, we haven't been here before. Excellent. Would you like to say something, my love?
I'm just slowly getting closer to the mic until she allows me to talk. One thing that I think a lot of people are not necessarily aware about is that currently 1 in 5 student loans are in default, which means that people who have gotten a student loan for their college are more than 9 months behind the payment. And it has been growing since 2014. This is me as a finance and numbers guy, which just kind of shows that a lot of people are getting college degrees or from institutions that they can't afford, as well as the job market being as volatile as it has been. So my only advice when it comes to this is, try your best to think your way through it. If you can afford to go to a foreign country for college, go for it. Like, that sounds so cool, and life is meant to be lived. But at the same time, don't go into unnecessary debt.
Yeah. Exactly. A big thing with finance is just avoid debt as much as you can. Because you can pay it back, but if you don't have it in the first place, then that just makes things easier. So yeah. By the way, you guys are a lucky bunch because Bear has not cameoed voice-wise in a YouTube video yet, so you guys get to hear what he sounds like before anybody else. Ha ha.
And you guys are talking about the things that I love talking about, so I love being able to share my thoughts.
Exactly. By the way, if we find foxes in this forest, a part of me wants to, breed them to have a pet fox, but I know I can't do that, because that's just gonna be a nightmare to get home, because as far as I know, foxes don't teleport. I've been making a somewhat mascot horror game. I wonder if I could use that as portfolio to apply to colleges. Any art, I think, that you think is good can be used. When it comes to art that is like fan art, based on other franchises, ooh, a cold biome, this could be rabbits. When it comes to art for already established franchises, it's just important to show your range, where it's like, you aren't just able to copy a style and you aren't just being derivative. You also want to show that you have your own creativity and your own stuff to offer, which, if it's a fan game, I think that's a great way to do it. That can definitely be very, very good. Just keep in mind that they might not know what you're talking about. Give us your money, John Mulaney. Exactly. A lot of colleges do want your money, but that doesn't mean that they can't be very good at teaching you stuff. And I should probably eat some soup. There we go. Look how many hunger things that filled up. Fantastic. Let's see. If you guys see any rabbits, start spamming chat, because, yeah. I missed them? Oh, no. Okay. If I just stand still, which way were they? I've been looking for so long and they still elude me. Forward? Okay. Sick. Hang on a sec. They tell you camouflage doesn't work. I think it works. Continue past the ice. Okay. See, that's the problem. I just get in my own head. Alright. I'm gonna stop running so that I actually pay attention to what's around me. Oh, I see one. I see one. Okay, guys. Get ready. That was surprisingly easy. I apologize, my good sir. There we go. Get back here. Oh, that's a baby. Babies don't drop anything. I think I might be above murdering a baby rabbit. They don't drop anything, right? See, the thing about humans, you hear that thing about us being persistent predators? Okay, I think the babies don't drop anything, so maybe I won't kill it. But guys, look! Finally, after so long, we have raw rabbit. We can finally make soup. Oh my goodness, and the music started as we did it. Thank you for informing me that I walked completely past that. Eventually I probably would have found him, but that would have been mondo embarrassing. Ah. Oh, my husband is telling me to tell you about the, hang on, gotta kill. About the, short film that one of my friends made that ended up being very cute. Do you remember what it's called? Yeah, husband's looking it up, but it is very cute and also very funny because the main characters who end up falling in love ended up looking like them, and they got married in real life, so love wins every time. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. It's a really good looking, like, short film, honestly. Like, it's really, really nice. I wonder if colleges do selective art value, like our character design is valued or looked down upon compared to other art talents. I couldn't say for sure regarding that, but I know that... Where is my bed? Did I leave it behind? Oh, it got blown up. Well, time for the tried and true. Alright guys, time to hole up for the night. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. There we go. It's so beautiful. I heard art teachers hate anime artwork. I think it's more like... Because, see, the job of an art teacher is to teach you, like, the fundamentals. And a lot of the time, anime, like, the style of anime artwork does not encourage you to practice your fundamentals, if that makes sense. Oh, and that's my husband in the chat. That is the short film. Love and Gold. Thank you very much. And yeah, it is very, very cute, and you guys should go watch it if you have the time. Just open it in a new tab, give it a watch. It's a really good one. Yeah. Like you said, it is 10 minutes. And honestly, we're probably going to be sitting here for a bit, waiting for the night to end. And I have some family coming over to visit that are meant to arrive when stream usually ends, so I think I might end stream for the day. So yeah, if you guys want something fun to watch, go watch Love and Gold. It is a very cute short film. And yeah, thank you guys who watched the video, and to those who arrived just because, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!